Yahoo! Prof here, and today we have a haul for you guys. No pulls, but you should definitely stick around because we got a mix of a ton of Pokemon, some cool stuff, as well as some tech stuff. We're going to use this little old table right here. Let's see if I can kick up at least that light. There we go. Let's kick this chair out of the way. First up, we have the bag from the hobby shop. I finally was in that area again for work and picked up some things. Just a couple things, you know. First up, we got some more sleeves. Yellow, obviously. We'll just pop those back here. They're considered like a couple dollars cheaper than on Amazon. Then besides that, we got another color. Since we're going to have a lot of these booster boxes, thought it'd be nice to have, and what I mean by that is we got two of the Elite Trainer Box Pluses back there. You'll see these on an upcoming stream. We have the Rebel Clash Elite Trainer Box, as well as the Blue Battle Styles Elite Trainer Box. Then after that, we have what I believe to be a legitimate from Amazon Warehouse Darkness Ablaze booster box. Seems the way it should be. Here is another Darkness Ablaze booster box. This one looks legit. However, one of the side seams I can tell has been very, very carefully retaped with cellophane tape or even tape meant to be on shrink wrap. So that to me seems real sketchy. But either way, we got Sapphire as a brand new color. And then I kind of winged it with the next one. We have Tangerine. This will either be a very nice looking color or look like diarrhea poop. Let's hope it's the former, because Amazon's pictures of this were really, really bad. The ones I found on Google were promising. But and then we have pink matte. So that'll be another option. You know, maybe Sapphire for the Elite Trainer Box Pluses, Tangerine for the other two Elite Trainer Boxes, and pink for at least the one booster box, if not possibly two. Like I said, this one, that's why I kind of left it open like that, is questionable. Next up, I don't know if I've had one of these yet or not. We have a Battle Styles Build and Battle Box. Those are far more expensive than they should be, if you ask me. And they did have their, just came in that day, was Mad Party Pin Collections. You were only allowed to get one. Same thing with that. And they had two, of the three they had, two were ones I didn't have. So I ended up going with the Bumblebee. I thought that artwork looked dope. Then they were out of Vivid Voltage packs, but they did have a Chunkachu mini portfolio. And what does that come with? A Vivid Voltage pack. And then besides that, I ended up picking up, they had some of these checkout aisle blisters that have one promo card and a coin. Those are both Rebel Clash. They only had the two different ones. Noctowl, I think we were capped at 2 anyway. But I did ask, and these were just the two they had. A Noctowl and a Manatine. I don't have either of those to my knowledge. And our last, and my favorite, two packs of XY Evolution. Venusaur again, because apparently I get Venusaur. I haven't opened an XY Evolutions pack in a long time. So, yeah, I got a whole bunch. Instead of getting like one or two big things, I just got a whole bunch of small things. Saw these up there. I definitely didn't have any of the checkout blisters from there. Just grabbed this because I saw it sticking out there and they didn't have any normal Vivid Voltage. I'm happy I've been getting them through Best Buy because a single Vivid Voltage pack is going on $10 now. so it's getting up there. I do like the build and battle boxes. I don't think I've done a battle style, so that's why I picked that up. And I've been keeping my eye out for the Shining Fates Mad Party pin collections ever since I ordered 5 of them, and they sent me all Galarian Mr. Rhyme from Amazon. Yeah, still working with Amazon on that one. It'll be going back though, or at least 4 of the 5 will be going back, and I'll be getting a refund for those. So keep an eye out. Next videos will be all this stuff. What came in later that day, however, is right here. First off, you'll have to remind me, because usually I don't put any, I have a kind of a set links down below for these Pokemon polls, but now we're kind of into the general, well, can you call this a tech update / Poke haul? There's a whole bunch of stuff here. These are power cables for PCs, and you're probably thinking, why do you care about those, Elliot? I've got a ton of those. So do I. However, these are shielded ones, which power is, especially for sound, is the thing that they're nice and flexible too, because they're a nice brand. There were only 2 brands that I found that made this. I forget what this connector is called here. But you know, like the PC connector in shielded. And from what I can tell, they're actually the same OEM. Those 2, that's a 6-foot and a 12-foot. Those 2 are going to go over here for Dry Bones, which is finally back up and running. Okay, I gotta wiggle the mouse or something. The speaker is still not fixed. The speaker is still over there. I need to order capacitors and stuff. But as you can see, Dry Bones is running. However, there's the UPS, and if you can see, there's 0 watts on it. That is because we are currently hooked up to, there's a power strip up there, not that UPS. I made up that Ethernet right there, the one below the white cable. The other thing is so what I need that 6-foot cable to go to the PC, down to the UPS, and then I got the 12-foot for the monitor. And you might be like, why do you need a 12-foot for the monitor? Well, this is my repair PC, Dry Bones. So what I do is say, with Preston's 1080, we thought that wasn't performing correctly. I slide that, move the keyboard, unhook it, it's the removable cable, slide the monitor forward, and then I can just pop the side panel off, and all my stuff is like accessible from this side. That means I need to be able to slide the monitor out without disconnecting it, ideally. That's another reason why you'll see there'll be a DisplayPort cable, because that is a 3-foot, and as you can see, it might be perfect for setting up that monitor, but you can't pull it out with it connected. So we're probably going to loop it behind and underneath underneath the computer there, so I can just slide the whole monitor out. And yes, if you're thinking, hey, that's a massive monitor, that is my previous desktop monitor. My 32-inch Asus PA 329Q, 10-bit 4K ProArt panel, really freaking nice. Well, couldn't find a buyer for it. However, I did find a buyer. Preston bought, I had 2 1080p panels over here for my testing and streaming setups and stuff like that for doing PC repair. And Preston bought the one on the left there, which was a Samsung for his mom for a system. And we just needed a monitor. I'm like, hey, I'll sell it to you for like $50 or something like that. So the Scepter from Dry Bones got moved over here, especially if you watch the 2080 Ti stuff. We needed a 4K monitor to bench his system on, because he's now running the same Asus, it's like XG27 something UQ monitors. They're the 4K 144Hz 10-bit HDR panels. So we need at least 4K to like run some benchmarks. So we popped the Scepter panel over here, so now we have a 4K panel for benchmarking, and I needed a panel for over there, so it all worked out. I mean, this monitor is freaking overkill. I mean, like, I think these are like over $1,000 monitors new. But I guess if I'm going to have one monitor, I might as well have one real nice monitor. I was also thinking I wanted a TV in this room. You know, just while I'm working on stuff to watch stuff. Well, that is a 32-inch monitor. So I think that'll be... I don't need a TV anymore. As long as I keep this chair out of the way, we'll be good. One thing we can cover since we're over here. This is Bitwit's new sweatshirt in the pale pink color. I don't know what he calls it on there. Super nice. It's a super thick, and it's actually kind of like a rough feeling on the outside, which I really like. And then the hood is double lined. Some of them cheap out and the hood isn't stiff because they don't line the inside. It's the same as the rest of the material of the sweatshirt. Bitwit did decide to double line that, so it fits your head really well with the hood. Super nice. It looks like the sides here is actually a stretchy material, because you can see the vertical lines. Maybe you can see the vertical lines there, but there's vertical lines in this side portion. So it gives you a little bit of stretch. Not the same as the bottom. Like, it's not that stretchy material, but it you know, it's sort of the same effect. Give you a little bit of a stretch on there. The length on the arms is perfect. Like, really, really well. It is a lot of cotton, so we'll have to see. I think it's like 70% cotton. We'll have to see when I wash it. Yeah, 70% cotton, 30% polyester. So, machine wash, cold. Do not bleach, tumble dry, low. Do not iron. But yeah, it is a super nice sweatshirt. It is not a cheap one. If you guys are looking for a nice, thick, heavy sweatshirt, not thick. This is probably actually a thinner sweatshirt than some of my really, like the heavier, warmer ones. But it is a heavier material, so it feels kind of heavy on you. It feels like a more quality, kind of like a Carhartt. Not like, I have some of their lighter weight hoodies as well, but you know, like a more durable fabric, probably because of all the cotton in it. But yeah, so there's the hats. These will have to get installed. I will be putting ferrite beads on them. Then more for you Pokemon pulls guys here. We have a deck that just randomly popped up on Amazon. The Kyogre Unseen Depths Cosmic Eclipse deck here. I guess it'd be a Cosmic Eclipse Unseen Depths Kyogre deck. But brand new, not Amazon warehouse like this Battle Arena deck over here. Black and white Kyurem. I only have that because my other one was also an Amazon warehouse, and I don't know if it was water damage or something, but the decks are even a bit bent. Alright, so next up, we've got this SSD, or technically 2.5 inch to 3.5 inch bay converter. I'm going to use it for SSDs. And I'll show you guys why I specifically use this guy. Let's see here. Rip it open. Yeah, that stuff. Here's why. All you have to do, it's metal. That's another big thing if you're mounting it in a case, or if you're using it in a hotswap. And if you're using it in a hotswap, it's nice because it's nice and slippy, you know. And because it's these ones from Icy Dock are the exact size of a hard drive. So if a hard drive fits, this adapter is going to fit. Also, all the plugs on the back are the exact same place a hard drive would be. So if you have a 3.5 inch hotswap and you want to pop a 2.5 inch drive, more common years ago, or a 2.5 inch SSD into your 3.5 inch hotspot, bada bing, bada boom. There is an even cheaper one of these that doesn't have this guy right here. That means every time you need to screw it in from the bottom, nah. Spend like $2 more and get the clampy guy here. Because all I do is you slap her in there, plug her in, put it down, and you're off to the races. This actually, they do have ones that have a full metal top as well. I used to use those, but they actually are like a little bit thicker than your average hard drive, I would say. Because this goes up to that line for a standard hard drive, and then there'd be like a little bit of layer of a top. They just don't fit as well from my experience. Also, the cooling is worse because it's enclosed in a metal box, where at least in this case the entire top is open. So I needed another one of these for the server here. We got 4 SSDs right there. You can see it. Poorly written. And they got to go in there. But they're going with 8 hard drives. So I wanted them to have the same spacing for data and power that the hard drives had. Thus the adapters. And I had 4, but one's an older one. Oop. Well, you could have seen that didn't have a label on it as well. No label as well on there. This is the one I actually use for stuff over on the repair PC. Like say I got to rip a drive out of a system. Less and less now because M.2. But when you can see there's a hot, or I don't know if you can see there, but there's a hot swap right here. All I gotta do is pop the door open, throw a 3.5 inch or a 2.5 inch adapter in there, and we're off to the races. Can back that thing up, clone it, you know, whatever you feel like doing there, and you deal with as many computers and for as long as I have. You'll want a hot swap on your computers. Almost all of my desktops have them. That's why I like 5.25 inch bays still. I also have a bunch of stuff backed up. I would say at least have one of your systems have that. Also, if you turn on a hot swap on your SATA drives or on your SATA controller, you can just slap it in there with the system on. You don't have to restart it or anything. Super nice. Also, if you do that, I wouldn't recommend ejecting it. Like normally that'd be a good thing, but what I've found is that when you eject it, it turns that part of the port on the SATA controller off, which means you have to restart it, turn back on. Where if you just yank it, make sure it's not obviously backing up. But if you just yank it, it'll go boot boot. But the controller and the port are still there. So if you chuck a different drive in, which is what usually happens to me, it's still working. A lot of times when you go like the proper remove / eject device, in this case it'll actually like turn off that port so you can pull the drive out. Most times, as long as you're not reading and writing to it, you're fine yanking it. Next up, I have bought a Manga for the first time in just about forever, I want to say. This is one I read about on, I don't know, it was something on one of the emails I get. Haru's Curse. And this is a omnibus edition. And so it's like 300 some pages. And I was interested in what it was. Thought the artwork looked interesting. Let's see here, what's the 344, 45, 46, you know. But I do tend to stray away from the ones that are volumes nowadays, because say you spend $8 to $12 on a volume, there's 10 volumes. That's a ton of money, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's the first manga in a long time that I've actually been interested in. So thought I'd pick it up. Wasn't too bad. I want to say I got listed for 18 bucks. Probably paid somewhere around there. I might actually consider getting a subscription for manga, but then I'd want like an e-reader of some kind. Alright, next up, we have the stuff over on the bed there. More Pokemon in there, as well as some other things. Alright, so let's see what we've got over here. We'll go with the box first. Ooh, this will be interesting for you guys. You're probably like, what the heck are these? This is fire glass. Why do you have fire glass? There are these, I call them like marbles. But they're these, used to use these for damage counters. In playing card games because they're nice and smooth. The reason why I have these, and this is 10 pounds worth, is I have a feeling if I don't put the cap back on, that is just going to roll off the bed. And bad things are going to happen. Alright, so what this is for is, if we go up here, I finally have my card, I think they're called card houses, sorted. So what these are for is, when I pull this out, if you don't have one of these full, one of these, I call them drawers, I don't know if they're actually drawers full, the cards will all fall over. Well, my idea was to use deck box, because they're about the same size, maybe a little bit bigger than cards, so they'll prevent it from falling over. However, you need weight in them. And these are pretty cheap. And they're nice and smooth, so if they get out, they're not going to wreck things for the most part. But if you listen, yep, what I did is I filled the deck box with these Firestones. I mean, I just needed something heavy and cheap. Now, if you guys can think of something else that's heavy and cheaper, throw it down in the comments. I would appreciate it. But so far, this has worked out well for me. And then now, you know, because this is Unified Minds, if I don't want that stack to fall over, just put the weighted deck box there, and then it's like a bookend, essentially. And there's some that are more or less long. That was the idea I came up, because I needed like bookends, essentially, for each drawer. Otherwise, when you put it, and that's why they were stored vertically for a while, is because at least that way, it would all be pushed to the back when they're stored like this. However, in order to save space, I wanted to put them up here. I got room for one more on top of here. Yeah, so I was only able to, with those 10 pounds for reference, this is 12, I was able to do 10 deck boxes worth. Burning Shadows does not have one, and nor does Vivid Voltage right now, because I actually have too many Vivid Voltage cards. I gotta start calling. So if you guys need like Vivid Voltage commons, hit me up over on @theprophecist on Twitter. We can work something out. Just pay shipping, and I'll send you as many as I have that you want. Ugh. So yeah, 10 pounds is heavy. But, you know, yeah, if you guys have ideas for what's cheaper, like, I just need heavy stuff to fill up those deck boxes with, so that I can use them as weights, essentially, like bookends on a shelf. Except they're not. So next up, then, we have what I picked up at Walmart today, because I have seen things, by the way, online about Walmart potentially stopping selling trading cards. I know that's happened at specific locations in the past, like years ago, because people would just basically go to the checkout aisles that has it in and steal them out there. Well, mine has not stopped yet. So what I have gotten is, they actually had Elite Trainer boxes. We got another Battle Styles Red Elite Trainer box, and then they did have the new decks that just released, Gardevoir, and I can't remember the other one. However, I'd already ordered those on Amazon for more money, and they had already shipped. So I could have bought those, but I didn't really. Had I known they were at Walmart, I wouldn't have ordered them on Amazon. But then I know myself, had I not ordered them on Amazon, they would have been out of stock at Walmart. Because you guys know that's how it is. But then what else I picked up was a Battle Styles booster. This is a sleeve booster. And a Darkness Ablaze sleeve booster, because you only have one of each thing that is available. And those are going to go over there till I can collect enough to make an opening. Because basically what this is going to be over here is we'll have a video on the Build and Battle box, a video on the Shining Fates box, and then all of these will probably be a video. So, and that I think is about good, because I like keeping these boxes to themselves, because it makes a nice, easily searchable video. And since all these came together, that seems like a decent mix to do. You got two more packages from the big old Slamazon in the sky. Let's bring them over to our workbench here. Alright. Oh, so here was that DisplayPort cable I was talking about. These are the only DisplayPort cables that you want to get. Same with HDMI. Club 3D makes VESA certified. Right there you can see it. DisplayPort 1.4 cables. Don't mess around. Just get these. They come in, was it 3, 6, 10, and 15, I think, or something like that. As we know from seeing that white cable over by the repair PC, Dry Bones, 3 foot's not enough. I think, 4 or 5 would be plenty, but 6 is the next size up. And technically, we do not need a DisplayPort 1.4 cable because that's just 4K 60, but those are very nice cables. So, just buy them. Like, same thing with HDMI, even though you might not need HDMI 1.4, the Club 3D ones are not that much more expensive. The other option for HDMI, ultra high-speed HDMI cable, which is what you need for 2.0B, that's the one with HDR, like 60 plus HDR, or for 2.1, that's ultra high-speed. The only two I know of are the ones I have, which are Belkin, that's what's in my home theater system, and then now Club 3D. Club 3D used to not be all that available in the US, but now they are. They're easily accessible on Amazon. And if you check some of my other tech update videos, and like Preston's computer, or Frozen Slate's computer, you'll see those featured in there. Alright, so this one might have to go back. They said this was damaged, but this is damaged. Like, holy damn. Let's get the tripod here. I have not finished making my clamp system. We got some of the lock line, or line lock in. Here's the GoPro jaws, right? That's what I'm trying to make, except with a bigger clamp and a longer neck. I did get, and originally I was just going to modify this one, but it turns out my modifications are going to end up being so much, I might as well just leave this as is, because it's still usable with my adapter on there. And I'll just make my own. Now, I don't know if I'm going to have to buy another segment then, because this is made up of 2 segments of that length. But this is the same diameter as what comes on the GoPro clamp. I'll also use them for lights once I get this figured out. Some people have guides online on how to make your own. I'm somewhat following them, somewhat blazing my own trail. Adam Savage over at Tested also did his own. So, kind of going off that sort of stuff. Now, these are, you guys can probably see this here. That has taken a hit right there. Alright? And this is just destroyed. Hopefully the hollow card is at least there. If it's not, it's going back. Because the whole point of me buying decks is A, to get the online code, B, to get the hollow. Somebody has definitely played with this. This is ripped open. Which I'm fine with, but also if the code's not there, there's not much point to me. Yeah, no code. And the other one is destroyed where the actual deck goes. So this one's going back to the Slamazon. Yeah, somebody definitely ripped this open. And you can actually see the deck because all the cards are in there sorted, etc. Let's take a look at this one just in case. Not that I'm keeping it, but I'll retape this and send it back. Ooh. Yeah. I'll have to refine. These are Sun and Moon Gardens Rising, Hidden Moon theme, and Steel Sun theme. So it's Lunala, and I don't remember what this other guy is. See, there's a non-hollow Soligo in there. The hollow is also missing, so not even gonna open this one up then and just send her back. It looks like it has a Mimikyu in there, which is pretty dope. But yeah, because of COVID and that sort of stuff, I mostly play these decks online. So the fact that it doesn't have an online code basically completely kills it for me. Also, the other reason why you get the decks is for the hollow. There's no, like there should be the promo hollow right there for the deck, and it's not in there. Sometimes it comes with two, but it'll usually come with one hollow, one non-hollow. Okay, and then next up, we have a Unified Minds damaged. This is a build and battle box of Unified Minds. I will keep this for the next time Jared's over, Mooski, and because this is one of my favorite sets. I don't think I've had a Unified Minds build and battle box. I've had the 3 packs of them, but never a build and battle box. This looks like it's still sealed with shrink wrap. And so it actually might just be damaged, which would be super duper awesome, because I like Unified Minds. One of my favorite packs. Cosmic Eclipse is, I think, a little bit above there. Between Unified Minds and, was it Forgotten Light or something? Forbidden Light? Those are kind of, right in that same area. Cosmic Eclipse, though, I really like it. Probably just because I've had really good luck with the secret rares in that one. But that is it, guys. You saw one Amazon warehouse. You'll probably see this one coming up shortly. The other one's going straight back because when you're missing the online code and the main hollow, there's no point in having the deck, at least in my opinion. Like, that is the point. I think the coin was missing too. Yeah, it just made me think of seeing the coin over here. Coins are, I got a pile of coins right there in those sleeves. So that reminded me that that should probably have a coin in there as well. That was not there. So, yeah. Add this to the opening pile. Woo. And let me know what you guys want to see first from this video here. Let me know if you found any of the tech stuff useful. I can post some links to a bunch of that. Otherwise, it's definitely been in other videos. Cables are something important, though, because you don't want to be like, oh, is my monitor bad? Is my GPU bad? Because of a stupid cable. Also, a lot of these can be super duper flaky. Buy the certified ones, then you don't have that issue. And for those, once again, referencing, HDMI cables are not rated by the spec, that is the port. The port is 1.4, 2.0, 2.0B, 2.1. That is the port. The cables are not rated that way. Cables are rated at, I don't remember what the one below high speed is, but high speed would have been 1.4-ish, like that range. And then ultra high speed would be the next high specification. So if you do not see it certified for ultra high speed, it's could say 2.0 on the box or 2.1 on the box. That doesn't mean diddle squat, because if it still only says on the box, or even if they say like 18 gigabit is a thing you'll see often on high speed cables, that doesn't mean anything, because it's not certified. The thing that matters, and it was very surprising with those Belkin cables, those are ultra high speed HDMI cables that are certified. They're the ones Apple sells with the Apple TV 4K. and they're almost as thin as a USB cable, and they're 6 feet. The Club 3D are not that thin, but I'm like, how can a cable this thin, because everybody's like, oh, super thick copper, blah, 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 how can this cable this thin be certified for ultra high-speed HDMI and still work properly and whatnot? Turns out it is, though. That's what matters, is that certification. Same thing with HDR. I have monitors that are plenty dynamic range-wise to be HDR, like they're 10-bit, yada yada, crazy. Like you saw the video I was talking, or the monitor I was talking about earlier. They later came out with a newer version that was HDR, so they could probably just update the firmware on that one. But what enables that HDR is that certification. So it doesn't matter how many fancy checkboxes and stuff they put and stuff they throw in that box. If it still only says high speed on there, nope, you want ultra high speed. And with DisplayPort, you want that VESA certification. And the only company I can recommend for both of those cables is Club 3D right now. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you guys got your Pokemon fixed as well, because we got plenty of things coming up with that. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.